Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give Kohalo Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashayak, Yahweh Bahashem Rakakwadash, for giving me the spirit and power to do this lesson. Obviously, I'm driving. Want to do a sit down while I'm driving. Speak to the camera a little bit, probably like 5 minutes, right, before I get to my drop. So I wanted to read two scriptures I wanted to read. And of course, it's about Polly. And what we should be expecting. Now that we're in the knowledge of the truth, man, the truth is the truth. We shouldn't be trimming our ways to seek love. So I'm gonna get three scriptures. I'm gonna get that scripture first, because that's what the Bible tells us. We have to, if you want to, women in this society, you have to trim your ways. Basically, you gotta adjust to what Esau's on, right? Because that's what the black woman, that's what they follow. They're the secret weapon of the Edomites, man. The black woman, right? They're the sleeper cell in the black community. The black woman is. She's the sleeper cell in the black community, in the Israelite community. But in Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 33, he says, "Why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways." Now, this is dealing with us as a nation in general, but it also applies you in an individual journey, right? In your individual journey, the Most High God is telling you also. You can peel different layers off scriptures, right? And in this right here, we're going to peel off you being as an individual. Why trim your ways to seek love, right? A woman should be getting down with your program. It should be all about you. And that says the Bible. When you read Genesis chapter 2 and Genesis chapter 3, why was the woman created in the first place? She was literally created for you. And that's just what it is. Can't nobody change that. You can't undo what God said was good, man. He said, and when he was done, he said he's looked upon all these things and behold, it was very good. He said very good, man. And we don't get to change that. You can't change that. No matter how you look at it. You cannot change that. And we don't want to change it. We don't want to alter the Most High God's thought process or his actions. His even if it's us getting judged, we don't want to alter that. That's what he want to do. Right? We're not going against the Most High in no way possible. Right? Now, sometimes we don't understand everything, but we're not going against it. So, the first scripture I want to get. The first scripture I want to get is Proverbs chapter 14. And if you a man that desires multiple women, you have to know how difficult it's going to be. It's not going to be fucking peaches and cream. You're going to get times where they're going to get jealous. You're going to have one get jealous of the other, or you're going to have another get jealous of the other. And you're going to have times where they both not acting right. You're going to have those times. You're going to have those times where one is depressed, one is confused. This is just the nature of women. They don't really understand why these things happen, even though you explain it to them. And then sometimes you just got to deal with it. You have to deal with it. So understand what you're getting yourself into. Like the Howard Shah said, count the cost. Do you really want multiple women? Because ain't no way, whatever you do, and this is just the truth. And I've been told this shit too by elders. Like I went to my elders complaining about certain things, and he'll be like, but it's your fault. But it's your fault. But it's your. And I'll be like, how? Well, you're the man, and the Most High God gave you instructions on how to deal with situations like that, or like this. But what if this ain't going this way? But what if this? Bro, it all goes back to you. When you read Sirach chapter 3, it tells you that the mother has a certain kind of glory over the children, and the man has the glory over the whole house. It says the honors. That's what it says. It said honor or glory, meaning if the house is doing good, let's say the house is doing good and the woman is the one doing most of the work. the glory still goes to the man. Let's say if the house is in turmoil and the woman or even the children is doing all the turmoil, it still goes back to you. Either way you cut it, it goes right back to you. Whether you like that or not, it don't matter. You can't want to be a leader and not understand shit like that. That's why we have to make wiser decisions. So reading Proverbs chapter 24:1. The wise, and this is in an amplified version, it says, the wise woman builds her house on a foundation of godly precepts, and her household thrives. This is something you should be smacking your wife with every time she get out of line. You read this scripture, even if she's reading it along with you, and she ain't got no paper in her hand, no nothing. She just know the scripture by heart because of how many times you read it. Still read it. What I do is I make them read it so they can witness against themselves that they're not doing this. So the wise woman builds her house. This is how a woman builds her house, on a foundation of godly precepts, in her household thrives. She thinks about the Bible. And dealing with multiple wives, she has to consider. That's why I said in the beginning, bro, you don't have to put up with that shit, bro. You don't. We don't have to put up with nothing you don't want to put up with when it comes to shit like that, of course. It says on foundation on godly precepts, and her household thrives. But the foolish one who lacks spiritual insight, and this is by choice. She don't care about what the Bible is saying. She don't care about being spiritual. She'll yell at you in public. She texting people she ain't supposed to be texting. She doing shit she ain't supposed to be doing. She dealing with tarot cards through social media now. She watching women play with fucking tarot cards and shit. Right? She's asking AI damn, what is that? It's the same thing as tarot cards. Familiar spirits on AI. She's dealing with familiar spirits on AI. Women are doing this shit. And I'm talking about women in the truth. Because they wondering why they can't control their man. So they like, bruh, so they'll go to AI, familiar spirits and shit, and then start asking questions. It'll start off with, no, why is my life like this? Or what's going on? Or is this the end of me and my husband? Should I just move on? They ask stupid shit like that. That's why I tell you in Job 39, the Most High did not impart her with wisdom. You are her wisdom. And if she ain't abiding by you, she's by fault tearing down the house. And a lot of people don't like that shit because they make it seem like you're a narc. This is how they keep the woman in rulership. You're a narcissist. You're a sexist. You're all of these fucking things. Meanwhile, the woman just turned every fucking thing down. The black woman, Hispanic woman, Native American, tearing everything down. And you got to sit back and watch and say, that's the wife. You know what I'm saying? That's the wife. I'm going to holler at the old lady after she done tearing up fucking everything. Or I'll wait till she come back tomorrow because she ain't come home tonight. Or you got to sleep on a fucking couch while she in a king size bed that's big enough for the two of y'all. But she got a cover and a pillow on the fucking couch ready for you to sleep on. You a clown if you allow shit like that. You a fool. You a fool. And it tells you that in 1 Kings about King Ahab. It said that he was one of the worst kings that ever ruled in the nation of Israel, simply because he let the woman rule over him. You don't got to put up with it, and you shouldn't be putting up with it. You should not be putting up with shit like that. But it says, but the foolish one who lacks spiritual insight tears it down with her own hands. Is this talking about literally going outside with a fucking hammer and beating on the windows and finding the weak spots in the wood and ripping it off? And no, it's not talking about that. It says by ignoring godly principles. She ignoring godly principles. God know what he want. He know what he created. He know what works. If you want to learn how to beat a game, you have to go read the manual. You have to read the manual, man. If you want to learn how to build a house, you got to look at the architect. You got to look at the blueprint. You want to know how to make put this damn cabinet together? You got to read the manual. You know what Jake like to do? Jake like to build the manual up, and then they realize they got 2-3 pieces wrong, and then they'll take it all apart. Or they'll put it all together and they realize they broke something. Then they want to go and read the fucking manual. That's Jake for you. Then they want to go read the manual. You broke it. It's too late. Don't end up in that situation. You letting this girl rule your whole fucking life. You scared to go to certain places because you think she gonna fucking leave you if you come back at a certain hour of the night. Bro, you're not fit for the rulership. If that's you, you're not fit for rulership, bro. And that's just the truth. You're not fit. You're not ready for that. You over here scared to even conversate with a woman in front of your girl because you think she gonna go ape shit on you. You scared to do all kind of different shit simply because like your girl come, I mean your brothers call or anybody call. It could be about anything. You get up and you walk off because you scared that you're gonna say something she don't like. Or she gonna hear something they said that she ain't gonna like. Bro, them is Simpson ass niggas. Simpletons. And that's just the truth. Don't be that guy, man. But going back to my point of dealing with poly, right? When you go to Sirach chapter 26, right? Sirach chapter 26 and 5 and 6. Sirach chapter 26 and 5. It says, there be 3 things that mine heart feared, and the 4th I was so afraid. The slandering of a city, the gathering together of an unruly multitude, and a false accusation. Those were the 3 things that made him fear. Right? All these are worse than death. All of those things are worse than just dying. But the 4th thing, which made him sore afraid, it says, but a grief of a woman, Salakia, but a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman. It's not beneficial. It's not healthy. It's not nothing. You can't do nothing with that shit. You can't do nothing with a woman that's jealous. That's all you fucking hear is her talking about the next woman. She getting mad. A woman getting mad because a new girl been added to the camp. I seen that shit. Nigga, you're mad because a new woman was added to the camp and this brother decided to greet her? Me personally, I'm like, so fucking what if he wanna approach her, he wanna talk to her. Maybe he wants her. But your job is not being done because you're supposed to be welcoming that sister the same way your husband is. How many women do that? How many women do that? Greet the woman the same way your husband would. Hey, how you doing? Hopefully you can, I see my husband, he was talking to you. Hopefully, you're a good pick for our family. If that's what y'all was talking about. You don't even got to say that. You can just introduce yourself and get tight with her and just start bringing her to the house. That's part of the work dealing with a woman, bruh. Making sure she gets salvation. Helping her get salvation. Putting your fucking pride and jealousy to the side and helping this woman get closer to God. But all you can think about is how your man is going to pipe her down the way he's piped. Because that's all the women. I talk to so many women, and that's the only thing they worry about. Is how you going to pipe her down the way that you pipe you going to pipe that girl down the way that you piping her down. That's all she fucking think about. And when she come to realization that you did it, then she's going to leave. To her, you're not valuable no more. You're only valuable to her when you only belong to her in her eyes.
Straight up. That's just the truth. So like, yeah. 1 second. So going back to my point, it says, oops, Salakia. It says, but a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman. That is very detrimental, man. The work, going back to my point, the work of a woman should be helping bring other women to the family. You teaching her. That's what the Bible tell you. In Titus chapter 2, it tell you should be teachers of good things, teaching the younger women. The younger women, if you looking at it in a spiritual sense too, because that's how I like to look at it, not just age, literally, but actual, you spiritually older than her. You've been in the truth 7 years. She only been in the truth a year. You're older than her. I don't give a damn what the age requirements is. It's all about how spiritually mature you are. I know 60-year-old fools, man. Fools. Niggas got red bandanas hanging out their pocket. Fools, man. This is part of you doing the work. You cannot sit the fuck around and do nothing and giving your husband, you got this nigga paranoid and heartache and sorrow. All because you got to make sure that he doing what he's supposed to do according to you. That is crazy. And the Most High don't deal with you. Just because ain't nothing happening right now, cool. But I bet you're probably one of those women that don't make it in the end. And when we get to that point, it's too late. Ain't no changing then. And guess what? The Lord is going to give him multiple women anyways. He's going to get those women regardless. Because it's a duty that it's part of prophecy. It's a duty that we have to apply. These women, Paul said it. These women are going to be saved through childbearing. It's a duty that's it's going to happen. Whether you on board or you get off the ship, it's going to happen. And ain't nobody going to stop the Lord's prophecy. He already told you that in Isaiah 55:11. Ain't nothing going to stop me from accomplishing what I laid out for it to be. So your best bet is just to get on board, because all this hell you giving him, all this talking shit to him because he's interested in multiple wives, you're going to lose. You already lost. You already lost. Instead of saying, man, I'm going to trust in this. I got to try this out because, I mean, it's written in the scriptures. Our forefathers did it. If our righteous forefathers did it, that means it's in our DNA to do it. That's why men are called dogs today, because they always deal with multiple women. But in America, they're called dogs just so poly was taken, so we wouldn't be poly. Right? It was a derogatory, so we wouldn't be poly, right? Because Esau is monogamy. He's monogamous. That's Esau. That's how the Romans got down. And that's why you don't see poly in the New Testament. It's because the Romans didn't allow it. But I bet you we still did it. Just like we do in America. It's called bigamy if you have legal contracts with two different women. That's bigamy. You can go to prison for that. The same way it was in Rome. But guess what? We still got multiple wives. Them both still my wives. They still my wives, though. So I'm sure Jake was still doing it. Right? But it also says in a scourge of tongue, which communicated with all. She lashing out at everybody. She ain't listening to elders and councils. She talking about if he get another man, she gonna leave. She telling elders this. Men that been in the truth 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. You telling these men of God. So guess what? You're not complaining against them. You're complaining against God because they representatives, they're ambassadors of God, Yahweh. And if you're telling them no, you're telling God no. The same thing Moses told them. Your quarrel isn't with me, bro. I'm just telling you what God said. That's what they told the Israelites back then, and that's what we're telling the Israelites now. Nigga, this is a problem between you and Yahweh. He said this was okay. This wasn't a mistake. He said it was okay. So these men are gonna do it. It tell you in 2nd Ezra that he's sown his law in us. He's sown his law in us. And guess what? Multiple wives is a part of the law. You're not going to stop this man from doing it. And once he realized that there's actual women better than you out here, he's going to move around. He can't divorce you, but he don't have to deal with you if you acting up. He don't have to. He do not have to deal with you. King David did it with Michal. Go read it. Go read it in 2 Samuel. When she acted a fool, he said, you know what? I got you. I ain't dealing with your ass no more. And she died without children. So, man, you got some things to face. And a lot of women been in the truth for a long time and they still haven't came to terms with it. They still don't want to face it. And it's all, bro, that one thing can stop you from making it to the kingdom. What stopped Moses? What stopped Aaron? What stopped these people from making it to the promised land? And we talking about people of high stature. Moses didn't make it to the promised land. What? Why? Because of one thing he did. I believe it was, he was supposed to speak to the rock and show faith, belief. But he hit the rock and it went into carnality. Like it was about him. I believe that's how the story went. But at the end of the day, Moses didn't make it because of one thing that he did. And the Most High wasn't having it. Go read it. It's in like is it Exodus? It might be Deuteronomy chapter. It's in the earlier chapters of Deuteronomy, I believe. Where Moses, I think it's chapter 3. I keep thinking of chapter 3. Where Moses kept begging the Most High, please let me go see the promised land. Please let me see that goodly land. And the Most High said no and stop asking me. You ain't making it. And guess what? Moses went up to the top of the mountain and died. That's just what it is, man. We already walking on thin ice, man. We already walking on eggshells. We have hope that we make it. We're prisoners of hope. We're prisoned by hope because it ain't guaranteed that you're going to make it. But here it is, you going against scriptures. I understand when somebody's struggling with something. You got to understand that. But I do not understand when somebody bluntly tell you they're not going to do something. God is clearly saying that you need to do, you can do, or you better not do. That does not make sense to me at all. Just don't make sense, man. So that's all I got, man. Get in line. So long.